Merry Christmas, gangista. Merry Christmas, Merry Christmas. Hope everyone's well. Thought I'd do up a quick little chat. See if anyone passes through. Big up my guy Abs. Big up Waffle TV. Make sure you're going to subscribe to that. Me and him just done In Hindsight earlier on, episode 3. So make sure you go and check that out. Big up Waffle TV. Hey, big up Mally Talks AFC. How you doing, my bro? You good? Merry Christmas, man. Merry Christmas. So, as you can see from the thumbnail, Saka crocked, bruv. Crocked. I knew it weren't going to be good. I knew it wasn't going to be good the way he come off against Crystal Palace. But I was just hoping, hopium, anything you want to say. I was hoping that it weren't going to be that bad, innit? But they're talking about, it's a bad one. Many weeks from Arteta. I was like, we're going to see him for the rest of the season. I hope so. Like he said, no, we should see him before the season's out. But people are talking about March. Big up Mally saying Arsenal have to buy a winger and striker in January. It's a must. Bro, that's what I was saying about Gabriel James, innit? Yeah, because he's found a little bit of a purple patch now, they're going to try and spin it like between him and Havertz, we don't need a striker, rare tear. Now, this Saka injury might be a small blessing in disguise, innit? Because I'm convinced that Arsenal's not really going to do fuck all in January. Like that. I'm convinced. But now that Sterling and Saka are out for many weeks, it could actually be a blessing that we need. They might actually then go out and buy someone. Do you get me? It needs to be a winger, someone that can come in straight away and do something. Do you know what I mean? But there was a couple of things that I wanted to... Mali's kind of got to it straight away. There was a couple of things I wanted to chat about concerning the injury. And my first thing is, it might be an opportunity for Gabby Martin, innit? Yeah? Martin Elliott. It might Gabby Martin Elliott. It might be an opportunity for him, okay? Because after Saka came off against Crystal Palace and Martinelli went over to the right, I don't know about you guys, but he looked a whole lot better. I'm not to say that he's the answer, like we don't need to go and buy anyone because it still leaves us vacant on the left. But yeah, this might be a blessing in disguise. Now, if Odegaard's out, I'm actually looking at it like Odegaard's a bigger miss than Saka. If they're both out, we're fucked. Like, let's not get it confused. If they're both out, we're done. All right? But the fact that it's just Saka, I'm looking at it like it might not be as bad as we think. I'm not saying that we don't need to go and buy anyone or we ain't going to be in trouble. We're not going to miss someone like Saka because we are. All right, couple of people coming in. Big up Aaron. Hi there. How you doing? Sonic the Hedgehog fan. Big yourself up. Like the video on the way in or way out. You get me? I'd appreciate that. But yeah. What was I saying? Like the balance of the team. Like that's what I was saying. Because when Saka and Odegaard are both out, we're in problems. If it's one or the other, you'd probably rather Saka not be in than Odegaard. And don't get me wrong, Odegaard, he goes missing. Like against Fulham and Everton, they were a little bit physical and Odegaard kind of goes missing. Do you know what I'm saying? Every time that happens, and they can kind of bully him out of the game if you like. All right? But it's obvious to see what we're missing when Odegaard ain't in the team. The same for Saka. But if Saka's out and Odegaard's not, for some reason, I don't know, I'm looking at it like it's not as bad. Don't get me wrong, Saka's world class. Yeah, what is he, 23, 24? Of course he was going to get that kind of an injury because he's been running to the ground. But we'll get on to that. Big up Sonic the Hedgehog fan. I'm your first like. Thank you for that, my bro. Appreciate you every time, man. And anyone who subscribes, as soon as the live goes live on my page, I will subscribe back to you, man. Big yourself up. Big up Charlie Jordan. Merry Christmas, everybody. Hope everyone's well. Big up Mally Talks AFC. If Odegaard goes out, we're actually... That's what I'm trying to say. Now, I think when Odegaard was out, Obviously, we had a period with both of them out and we was really fucked. But with Odegaard out, I think we miss him more than we miss Saka. Now, Martinelli went onto the right. I don't know if any of you guys watched the game. But what did you think of Martinelli? On the big up Charlie, thank you for that. Subbed and liked. I'm going to get you back as soon as the live goes live. Thank you for that. But what did you guys think of Martinelli on the right? Because I actually thought obviously he's naturally right-footed, so he doesn't have to cut back as much, so he can be a little bit more direct. He can take on his man a little bit more and then just try and cross it, even if you're not going to try and go past him properly. Just get that yard of space and put it in the box. I actually thought he looked quite direct. I thought it suited our play a little bit better, to be honest with you, with Martinelli on the right. Not to say Saka shouldn't be playing, but Martinelli done decent on the right. So I think that will be the first thing that Arteta will do. But then that means that we've got the whole left-hand side. Now, this is an opportunity. We can either look at it and be sad. Saka's out. He's a world-class player. He was running to the ground. We knew it was going to happen. Yeah? And even, I swear he got a bit of a hamstring twinge when he first got injured. And he missed a couple of games. And then just got rushed straight back. So it's the same for Declan Rice. He's meant to have a broken toe. When did he get a chance to heal that? In the international break, I think. So he's probably still playing on injection. So there's something going on in it. We need to sort this shit out. As Mali said, we must buy someone in January. Some people, forget about one. We must buy some ones, like that. But I think from now until then, because it ain't that far away now, and really and truly, if Arsenal was a competent team, yeah, we'd have our players earmarked. We'd have people that the moment it hit January, we're ready to go. Because Arteta came out and said that we're short. We've had bad luck with all of these injuries, but it is what it is. It's not an excuse. We're in the title race, so we can't have excuses about injuries. Of course, I don't think we're going to win the league because of how bad we've started. But you never know, in the Premier League, it's been mad this year. It's been absolutely mad. But what we do know, what everyone knows, is that Arsenal need players, whether it's a striker, whether it's a left winger, whether it's cover for Saka, because he's like the most comfortable footballer in world football, innit? Like, no competition. He got Sterling in, that was desperation, because he never plays. And when he does play, he's not really looked any good, let's be honest. So that's a waste of money. But as Mali said, we must go out and get some players in January. And I'm hoping that this is a blessing in disguise, because I always knew that we're not going to probably go out and get that striker that we want. Osherman, Gyökeres, whoever. Like, we're not going to go and do it. Isak, too expensive, talking about summer. Yeah? So I knew that no matter what. And then the moment that Gabriel James started scoring, I thought, here we go, purple patch. Now, come at the best time, innit? Do you know what I mean? Now we're going to hear, we don't need no one in January. Blah, 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 blah. Like, the club's already peddling out that bollocks. Do you know what I'm saying? And it's so disappointing, man. It really is. Like, where's the ambition, man? We started this bad. Like, we need players. Like, go out and get them like, honestly. Big up Mali, look comfortable on the right. Yeah, talking about Martin Elliott. He actually did look good on the right. Mali also says Brian Mbeumo and activate Victor Gyökeres release clause. Yeah. See, Mbeumo I would take. I was watching Curtis Shaw, big up Curtis Shaw. And he said that he hit the nail on the head, innit? He said if the club starts spouting out names like Mbeumo, there's going to be a lot of Arsenal fans not happy with that. Like, does that really move the needle? Now, for me, I think Mbeumo would bang at Arsenal. Do you see what I'm saying? I think he'd bang at Arsenal. Like, but we are a little bit snobby, innit? Rival fans as well, they're going to say that don't move the needle. Do you get me? Mbeumo, like, why are we never in for the world beaters? Do you know what I'm saying? Victor Gyökeres, I'll bite your hand off for him, like, yesterday. Do you know what I'm saying? But why does the club never do this? Oh, Rodrigo's having a bad time at Madrid. Mbappe's having a bad time at Madrid. We've got a whole left wing that needs taken. So both of them, man, can come. Do you see what I'm saying? But they don't ever do any of that. I think Mbeumo would bang at Arsenal, but is he enough to move the needle? Is he going for a purple patch right now? Really and truly, what we need to be doing is going out, like I said to Abzon in hindsight, we need to be going out and getting players we can expect shit from. And now with Saka out, it's a chance for players in the squad, at least until we get to January, to try and cement a place in the team, no? After Jesus got his hat-trick against Crystal Palace, I said that he's got to start the next game. When players are in form, you got to start them. Big up Pale Ash, I fucking hate you. Do ya? You don't even know me, mate. Hate's a big word. He's saying fuck that as well. Fuck that to what? What don't you agree with? Big up Mali. Apparently Sterling is out for 4 weeks. Yeah, for many weeks. I didn't even know he was injured after his last little cameo. He's barely played. Like, how can you be injured? But maybe that's why. Do you know what I'm saying? It's the same for Kieran Tierney, innit? He was on the bench for how many weeks before he actually got his run out? Here, Pell, shut you. Come and shut it for me, you mug. How about we just... one of you's like, who's a mod in there? Get rid of this dickhead for me. How about you hold some of that? Probably a Spurs fan. You know, like that. How about you suck your mum on this Merry Christmas? But anyway, I think some players could actually... Because Trossard's been terrible this year, innit? Trossard's been absolutely bollocks this year. Man said, I can't see him on the chat. Yeah, there's a Donny called Pell Ash. He's trying to say, sorry now, where's my little cousin who did it? I don't know what this guy's going on with, bruv. You can come in and chat your shit, but you will soon come out if you're running up your mouth. But here, what? That's what I'm saying. Players can lock down their positions now, innit? Trossard, maybe make a stake and a claim. Because Saka's now out, Sterling's now out. So Martinelli will probably be on the right. So Trossard can hold down the left, right? Because the way he's been playing this year is like he don't really want to play for Arsenal. That's what it makes me feel like. Maybe he's upset with getting subbed. Maybe he's upset with not starting. You need to hold down that position then. Because a lot of the time this year, I think he's been greedy. Like he shot when he should have passed and vice versa. Let me know what you guys think, innit? But they're talking about Saka being out for, at least 8 weeks. But nah, with that kind of injury, the hamstring... Listen, that's 10 to 12 weeks, maybe even 14. You got to think about him coming back as well. Then if you rush him back, like this could be problems. And for Saka to be 23, 24, getting these kind of injuries now, that's because we've run him into the ground. Because he hasn't got no competition. There's no cover. Like, you can only blame the club for this. If you look at Declan Rice, I was on Mike's stream. Big up Mike's, West Ham fan. If you're not subscribed, go and subscribe to Mike's. Yeah? And he said Declan Rice weren't like that at West Ham. Do you know what I'm saying? He weren't injury prone like that at West Ham. He weren't looking knackered like that. We're literally running him into the ground. And then Saka and Declan go to England and then get run into the ground there as well. All these non-important games, 90 minutes and shit. That's why I was hating the international break. Hating England, man. What kind of bollocks is that? Running them into the ground. Of course it was going to happen. So Saka's going to be out for a minute. So the way I'm looking at it is certain other fringe players might be able to hold down their position. Big up Mali. Yeah, Trossard doesn't want to be here. Yeah, do you know what I'm saying? But it's a chance for him to maybe hold down that left-hand side now, innit? Or someone to hold down the left-hand side. Because I'm not even opposed to Gabriel James playing there. Yeah, because before he started scoring goals, I was like, look, he tracks back. Like, he's actually half decent on the wing, innit? And if Martinelli and Trossard can't hold down that position, then let Jesus play there, innit? It's worth a try. But now with Saka and Sterling out, there's going to be a lot of chopping and changing. He was talking about how I don't want to see Havertz on the right at all. Do you get me? That's not going to work. But Jesus, Trossard, Martinelli, like, they're going to have to, like, chop and change now. Big up Mali again. In my video, I prayed it was a grade 1, 4 to 6 weeks. Yeah, bro. And to be honest with you, I didn't think so. And because he had another hamstring like twinge not too long before that, I just thought to myself, I hope I hope it ain't a reoccurrence of that. But the way he just signalled to the bench, I was like, nah, this is going to be long. I was just praying that it weren't. But now they're saying 8 weeks. I reckon it's going to definitely be 10 to 12. Maybe even 14 weeks with recovery and getting him back and all that stuff like that. So that's a big blow. It is a big blow. But Arsenal's been getting blows this year. Pause. Like, Arsenal's been dealing with big blows, innit? Yeah? And you know what? It's a little bit of Aguenta, as Northside would say. Hold that. You get me, Arteta? Because you seem to think that you can go for fucking year on year on year without adding to the squad, thinking we're not going to play badly, we're not going to get any injuries, we're not going to have any bad decisions go against us. You know, like that. Everyone's going to stay on the same level. Well, they didn't. Man City got worse. Chelsea and Liverpool got better. And now look at us. Big up Mali, it's poor man management and poor recruit. That's what I'm trying to say. Or no recruit, but yeah, definitely poor recruitment. Because you recruited Moreno for best part of 40 million, right? And then you put Kai Havertz in his position against Crystal Palace. Like, what's wrong with Moreno? He's not injured. He's just shit. We went and got a desperation Raheem Sterling who convinced you after 10 minutes you knew you was going to sign him, whatever. And then you don't play him. On the same day that Chelsea got Sancho, by the way. Like, we would have... What Sancho could have done for us this year on that left, he would have been a straight away into the team, firm fixture. Bang. But Chelsea got him. Do you know when I knew that we was done out? When Chelsea also got Neto. And we never got Neto. We got the wrong one. The goalkeeper. You know, like that. That's when I knew we was done out. I knew it. Be excited. I was like, go and watch my old videos. Be excited. With what? We needed a striker. We needed cover. We needed another attacking midfielder. And you went and got a defender and another defensive midfielder. Just bare fridges walking around. Yeah, look, Mali, Sancho and Neto within the same week. That fucking killed me, bro. That's when I knew we are done. And as much as people want to chat shit about Chelsea, like, at least they're going out doing what they had to do, innit? They're throwing money at it and it's stuck. You can't think that every team's going to be the same year in, year out, form-wise. The players are going to be exactly how they play. They might get better, they might get worse. This is what happens. Third time lucky, we needed to make a splash and we spent the whole summer chasing a defender and a defensive midfielder. We went and got rid of Ramsdale to downgrade him. Like, make it make sense. We got rid of all of our cover in midfield to replace them with no one. Like, we're just not a serious club, guys. So this is Liverpool's league to lose, innit? I didn't think they would drop points against Newcastle and Fulham. But it ain't easy, innit? I knew they'd drop points at some point. But they only got draws. They've lost one game this year, bro. Like, they've... One game. What phase is Slot in? Everyone's saying that. What phase is Maresca in? It's bollocks. Tottenham fans are actually protesting. Maybe they've had enough of fucking this Levy guy taking all the money for himself. He's like Cronkies, because that's the one thing that's been here. So even me, right? I've said on my own streams, guys, right? I've said on my own streams, maybe I can't blame the Cronkies too much because they've given Arteta 800 million to spend. But they haven't given him 800 million to spend. Because as someone pointed out, that's the fucking club's money. The club has made that money and Arteta has spent it. Cronkies ain't put their hand in their pocket and put 800 million of their own money. They're not ambitious like that. You know, like Roman Abramovich. As much as I hated him when he was at Chelsea because they just come and bought all of these players. I remember Crespo, Drogba. They just come in and bought up the thing, innit? They bought their success. But at least Roman Abramovich wasn't scared to put his money where his mouth is, innit? At least I can say that. Because our owners are trash. Arsenal have not been the same since we lost David Dein. And these Cronky guys are trash. They're not on it like that. They've been here for 20 odd years. I swear down. And it's just excuse after excuse. We've moved stadiums. We're back in the Champions League. Why are we so hard pressed to see a world-class player at Arsenal? And big up Southern Gooner, big up Matty, go and subscribe to him every time. He asked Tony Gunner Claude, yeah? He asked him a great question. Everyone's talking about who we're going to get, who's available. Fuck all of that. Is Arteta good enough to attract world-class players to this club? That's the question we need to be asking ourselves. What world-class player could Arteta bring into this club? Can he even get one of them across the line? for as long as I can remember, we're never in for these world-class players. We make world-class players, but we never go and buy them. We had Sanchez, we had Aubameyang, we had Ozil. All of them players were circumstantial buys because the other teams didn't want them. They weren't in a position for Alexis at Barca. The same for Ozil. I don't think whoever was at Madrid, they didn't want to pay his wages or whatever. There's always a reason. Like, we never just go out and take this player off that team in their prime. And hear what? At the end of last summer, right? At the end of last season, I was saying, fuck all this world-class da-da-da-da-da. We need to show our bollocks and rob the Premier League. Go and get Elise, go and get Eze, go and get Isak, go and get Kudus. None of them players you can really say are world-class right now, right? But we don't get world-class players. But I've just given you a solution of like 4 fucking players that can come in right now and make this a title-winning squad. Premier League proven. All of them had release clauses. And I'm just a dickhead fan. I'm just a casual. I don't even go to games anymore because I don't want to put money in this club's pocket, because for years we haven't been serious. I protested to get rid of Arsene Wenger just to be back in this position 5 years later with another Arsene Wenger, fucking Arsene Arteta. Do you know what I'm saying? Way too much control, way too stubborn. Like, why are you doing up FFP? Like, oh man, big up Mali. If you deep it in the team Mikel had before he ripped it up, has like 4 or 5 players that will start in this team, bro. We still haven't replaced the Aubameyang, bro. I swear we had Pepe, bro. Loads of players. I can't even be asked to go into it. He ripped up the team to build his team, and this is what we're looking at. 5 years down the line, 750 or 800 million spent, whatever you want, and we still, it's like we need a rebuild. I hate when fans say who's better than Arteta. It's a very lazy argument. Everyone's better than Arteta. Arteta's not proven. He's a novice coach. He had no CV before coming to Arsenal. What other massive club, yeah? What other massive club as well is just going to give some brand new, fresh out of the box novice the reins at a massive club like us? Like, that's what I'm trying to say. So I'm looking at the Cronkies because you don't want someone who's going to be putting pressure on you to do better. You just put Arteta on £15 million a year. Do you get me? What? What the fuck has he done to earn that? I say it in every stream. And I got to look back at the Cronkies. They, even with their American franchises, they're one and done. There's no dynasty. There's no legacy. It's a lazy argument because everyone's better than Arteta, bruv. Even Eric Ten fucking Hag, bruv, has got a better CV than Arteta. Because he had nothing before he came to Arsenal. The embarrassment's trying to count the community plates. That's what I said, bro. Bun the world-class players, get Prem. That's what I'm trying to say, bro. And I said that at the end of last year. Before Isak had his other big injury or whatever. I said that at the end of last year. There's Isak right there. There's Tony right there. I don't care if he's got a bad attitude. We need someone to score goals. Yeah? So that's already 2 players. Then I said Elise, Eze. They're players that we need. Both of them. Centrally and out on the wings. Then I said get Kudus as well. If you're not going to get both Elise and Eze, go and get one of them and get Kudus. And those players alone would have come into this Arsenal team and would have been putting us in a position to win the title. Premiership ready. They don't need time to adjust. It would have cost us a bit of money, but it would have still been the cheaper version of what Liverpool did. Remember when Liverpool went and got Van Dijk? What was he, like 75 million? Trent, Alisson. They knew they were going to have to spend a lot of money, but they didn't care. They went out and bought all of those players, and how many of them needed to be replaced? None. They're still fucking playing now. They're still world-class players now. However many years later. So if we're not going to go out and go and get Players in their prime, players that are fucking it up on the world stage, players that we can expect to hit the ground running because they're world-class players. If we're not going to go and do that, why are we not going to raid the Premiership? How many times have we been raided for our players? And all we go and do is go and get other teams' rejects. So fucking embarrassing, man. It's so embarrassing. So as an Arsenal fan, as a lifelong Arsenal fan born into this misery, I said I'm not... excuse me. I said I'm not paying these high prices for these tickets no more. I went to the Emirates and bought a hot dog and was sick for a week for this shit food, bruv. Are you mad? For their pissy beer as well. Go and buy a fucking program. Go to the shop beforehand. Go and buy these varsity jackets. Why? £180 a pop, you know, before Christmas. Now, I wouldn't be complaining about these things if my team was doing something on the pitch. Or it looked like you had invested in the squad. Like I said, like Liverpool when they had their little rebuild. After we just come runners-up, bridesmaids twice in a row, last summer was our little rebuild year. That's when we needed to go out and break the bank and make a statement and get who we think's going to get us across the line. And we just revert back into our shell like a fucking tortoise. Like a turtle, bruv. Like Arsene Wenger's back at the club. Because you got to remember, Arsene Wenger was practicing FFP like 5 years before it even came into existence. Like, he's been going no frills for years. Arsenal's been going no frills for years, even though we've been challenging in the league, winning leagues, winning doubles, in the Champions League, got to a final. We was challenging better in the Champions League when we was at Highbury. I don't know what we moved for. Because we ain't got no Champions League players at the squad. We're not trying to win the damn thing. Big up Mali again, that's what I said, bro. Yeah, I read that one. He said, I'm only 17, haven't seen except 3 FA Cups, hungry for major. That's what I'm trying to say. And all of you young bucks, right? All of you young bucks, like, you don't know any better as well. Yeah, it's just been like, you don't know any better. But I've seen the Invincibles in the flesh, my guy. I've seen Dennis Bergkamp kick ball, like Ross Clark, North Bank at Highbury, bro. Like, I've seen Ian Wright break his record, 180 something. We won 4-1 at Bolton. We went a goal down. I swear Seaman got lobbed. I've seen my team do stuff. Like, my childhood, when I was your age, I was good, my brother. You get me? My childhood was good. We played the best football in the league. You get me? When Wenger came in, fucked it up, revolutionised football. But we didn't have it our own way. We weren't doing like fucking free peats and all that shit. Because Alex Ferguson was in the league. Like, that's when it was proper football, guys. Proper rivalries, innit? Van Nistelrooy, Henry, Vieira, Keane, Wenger, Ferguson. So Man United are my ops. Even now, even though they're dusted, I think they've still won a title more recently than we have. They've still won the little FA Cup, the League Cup. Eric Ten Hag still got more trophies than Arteta. So what are we doing here, guys, innit? What are we doing here? I don't know what we're doing. But going back to the subject of the stream, obviously Saka, it's bad news. Of course it's bad news, but I expected this to happen. I expected it to happen to at least a couple of players. It's like, as soon as someone comes back, someone's back out injured. And that's our lot this season. It could change. We could have a very good second half of the season. Fingers crossed. I hope I'm proved wrong. I hope Mikel Arteta all of a sudden takes his head out of his arse and stops making these dumb decisions and tinkering. I hope he goes on to win something. Prove me wrong. But as of right now, this ain't good enough. And then to have major blows like Saka, and then we're nearly in January, and it's not be excited or anything like that. It's looking a bit dead. We're probably going to be quiet. I'm gonna look to solutions in the squad. What, putting Kai Havertz on the right? So once again, guys, we're getting the same shit from the club, the same PR, the same spin. I actually thought, the team looked okay after Saka came off. So while it's a massive blow, I think we can deal with it. It's just we definitely need to do something in January. I'm hoping that this injury blow to Saka and Sterling together actually forces them to go out and do something in the market. Because if it was just one of them, I'm pretty confident in saying that we wouldn't have done fuck all. But now that it's both of them, maybe just to shut some Arsenal fans up, because everyone's asking for a striker. We know they're not going to go and get a striker. But now that we've got Sterling and Saka out, please go and get a winger. Please. Please. Big up Mali again. He said, did I see the quote where he said we are going to do something different like we did when Odegaard got injured? Yes, I did. Like every time I see this guy in a press conference, I just want to whack him up. I'm not even going to lie to you, bro. You know, like when Homer grabs Bart and strangles his neck, bruv. That's what I want to do to this guy. Like, what world are you on? This is the problem with Arsenal. You're doing too much, my brother. You're doing too much. Because remember when Saka and Odegaard were out and we were playing all pragmatic and just defending, and that's not the way. We're not good at that. I'm sorry to say we ain't good at that. Do you know what I'm saying? So now, who knows what he's going to do? Bro, when we played, who did we play? Was it Crystal Palace? And we had Timber and Kivior as our centre-backs. I'm sitting there worried that he's going to play Thomas Partey at right-back. Little do I know, we've got two fucking... Do you know what I'm saying? We got Kivior and Timber at centre-back. I was like, what? Like, the moment I think I know what you're going to do, hold my beer, bruv. This guy comes up with something else. You're tinkering too much, my brother. So yes, Mali, I saw that and I was vexed by it, my bro. I was pissed. I don't want you to keep tinkering. Keep it simple. Play like for like. If Odegaard's out, play Wanyeri. Do you know what I mean? Like, come on, stop it. Because you played Lewis Skelly and he's shown that he can hold down that position. He's looked mad comfortable. So there's no need for us to be doing up this madness at left back anymore. If Calafiori's not fit to play, then play Skelly. You're changing our best right back in Timber and then putting him on the left where he's not as effective. Then you're putting Thomas Partey on the right, but he don't overlap. He ain't got the legs like Timber. So now you're mashing up the whole Saka and Odegaard, how they play. You're mashing up how we fundamentally play by making these dumb choices, bro. Do you know what I mean? Like, fucking hell. Big up Mali saying Timber in the back three as centre-back is cool, but in a four, it's not. Yeah, if you're playing the back three, then he could be like left side or right side. Not a problem. But we're playing a back four, bro. Like, you could see how fucked up that was, bro. That was scary. That was spooky settings, bro. Like, and I'm looking at it like, why does this guy do it? And then we play Palace in the Premier League, and I'm just hoping that you don't play Thomas Partey at right back. I see the defence. I'm overjoyed. Skelly's getting a start. Timber at right back. Boom, boom, boom. And then I see fucking donkey pants in the midfield. Like, what is the matter with Claudio fucking Arteta? Mikel Ranieri. What is the matter with this Don? Because I've had enough, bro. This year, you've showed yourself up. He's been panicking. You're trying to rotate, but then we got to draw for the big gun straight away because the rotation team can't do it because you're setting us up wrong. If you're going to rotate, at least do like for like. At least set us up to play how we normally play. And I'm not the only one to see this. But you got some Arsenal fans talking about, oh, you're being negative. I'm not being negative. I'm being truthful. We look awful this year. We've looked good in a couple of games. But whatever we did in them games, we need to stick to that. Big up Mali again. That's one thing I'm angry about. Skengman Skelly is getting some game time, but why can't Ethan get some? That's what I'm trying to say. When Odegaard was out, it was a prime chance to play Ethan in that position. Anytime he did come on, he was doing something, dropping the shoulder, licking the shot. Because that's one thing that Odegaard don't do. And he needs more practice on is his shooting. Because if Odegaard starts to get goals, then we got the real makings of a player there. But for me, if the game gets physical, he can be knocked out of the game and you don't score enough goals, you don't shoot enough. Whereas Wanyeri, he's not messing about. He will let that go. Yeah? So I was vexed that he ain't getting the game time. Odegaard's out. Prime example for you to use him. What do? You don't use him. Then when Odegaard's back, then you keep taking off Odegaard for Wanyeri to play some little dead 8 minutes at the end of the game. He's not really going to get to do anything in that time. Why do you keep hooking Odegaard? Like, what other captain for their club gets hooked as much as Odegaard as well? So that should tell you another thing. But why not play them together? When we played Everton, we're at home. They've literally got one man up the other end of the pitch. They're not even trying to score. Yeah? Why not play Odegaard and Nwaneri together with one holding midfielder? You're doing like for like changes. You've taken off Odegaard when he was starting to cook against Everton as well. He gets taken off bare. As Mally just said, he gets taken off all the time, hooked. He's our captain, bro. Hooked. So I was happy to see Nwaneri come on against Crystal Palace. But what's he going to do with like 8 minutes on the fucking clock, bro? Do you get me? So Arteta's in-game management has been poor this year. His decision-making has been poor. His substitutions has been poor. The lack of investment has been poor in the squad. And then your lack of trust in the players. Because if you listen to Curtis Shaw, he was on the Arsenal tour in the summer. The whole club was saying, yeah, Nwaneri. That's probably why we're not trying to get cover for Odegaard. Odegaard gets injured, you don't trust Nwaneri. And when they both come on, him and Skelly, they look mad comfortable. Look at Skelly. Skelly's a midfielder being asked to play left back. And he's our best left back, in my opinion. Better than Calafiori. Because Calafiori's a centre back. Like, what are we doing? What are we doing, guys? It's mad. Big up Mally again. I'm expecting Ethan, Odegaard and Rice midfield against Ipswich. I would love that, you know. And what we got to stop doing is stop fart-arsing about with the guy we spent the most money for in our whole history. Do you know what I'm saying? We spent 105 on Deckers. He's a 6. Stop trying to make him into something he's not. Build around him. Because that's what I thought Moreno was there to do. Build around him. If you've got to put Partey in the 8, then put Partey in the 8. He's old. He's going to go soon. Deckers is young. He's the one we invested in. Why are we not trying to build, like, keep... You're tinkering, Arteta. You're doing too much, my bro. I swear to God. You're doing too much, man. So we can all have a guess of what our team's going to be against Ipswich, but it's all about what this dickhead's going to do, and I bet he's going to surprise everyone. But big up Skelly, man. I was a bit upset that he came off. I want to see him hold a 90, innit? Hold a 90, get some confidence, because he deserves it, bro. Because he's not looked out of place anytime he's come on. But yeah, Saka's out. Like I said, guys, I think it's going to be more than 8 weeks. I think it's going to be 10 to 14, if I'm going to be honest. I think we definitely need to do something in January. Please leave your thoughts in the comments. Drop a like on the video. We're going to end it there. But yeah, we need to do something in January. But are we going to do it? I very much fucking doubt it. But the fact that Sterling's out... But I don't know, before I go, because if Sterling's out for 4 weeks, for instance, and Saka's out for 10 to 12, then by the time Sterling comes back, he'll probably get rushed back in. So they might use Sterling as an excuse not to go and buy another winger. But we must, as Mally said, we must. So big up everyone. It's bad news for Arsenal, but I think we can get through it. I think we need to buy in January 100%. We're probably not going to get a striker, so it has to be a winger. But yeah, like, share, subscribe, all that good stuff. Leave your comments. Leave who you think we should get in January in the comments as well. Back again soon. I might even be back tomorrow, you know. A mad Christmas stream. I might. I'll let you know, innit. But yeah, Merry Christmas. Big up.